When you think about your balance sheet, when you think about your net worth, that may be the number that you feel like you need to retire successfully. But let me tell you a little secret. The most successful retirees that we retire at Reap Financial, believe it or not, they are poor on paper. The paper I'm talking about is not their balance sheet. It's their 1040 come tax season. Are you in control of your income in retirement? Because the way that the laws are written in this country are generally around your income, not your net worth. Today, I'm going to talk about why you may want to be poor on paper. Hey everybody, Chris Heerlein here of Reap Financial, host of Retire Ready TV on KXAN and host of Wealth Radio every Saturday, 11 a.m. on News Radio KLBJ. Thanks for tuning into our YouTube channel today. Be sure and hit the subscribe button down below. Okay, poor on paper. I've been saying this for years, and it's a powerful place to be in retirement. I'm not talking about your balance sheet. I'm talking about your 1040. In retirement, you can have more control of your taxes than any time in your life as long as you planned accordingly through the years up to retirement. Now, how can this be? The reason is that a lot of families don't consider their tax bracket in retirement. You would be shocked how many people say, well, Chris, I'm gonna be in a lower tax bracket when I retire. Chances are, if you've done exactly what you need to do, if you've saved accordingly, you're not gonna be in a lower tax bracket. We have families that are actually in a higher tax bracket when they retire. How's that even possible? Well, you want to maintain your standard of living, I get it, but you don't have the deductions you once had. House may be paid off, your mortgage is gone, that deduction's out. Maybe the kids are off the payroll, we hope so. Is that dependent deduction's gone? There's a lot of things that kind of trail away. And so I want to talk today about how you can potentially design your wealth to be poor on paper and keep more of the wealth in the bloodline. So the number one strategy, taking advantage of Roth conversions, moving money out of all these pre-tax accounts that you have, IRAs, 401ks, and moving those into Roth IRAs. Now, be careful. You have to pay the price of admission to get in a Roth every year when you convert. But once those dollars go into a Roth, three things happen. Number one, they grow tax-free. Number two, you leave the money to your kids tax-free. That may or may not be important to you, but the main thing, that the reason that this can create that control I'm talking about is that when you turn 73, your IRAs, your 401ks are subject to a required distribution. That can create a substantial amount of taxes each and every year following the year you're forced to take it. A Roth IRA, no required distributions. The money is off the government plan. You're in control of when you want to take it out, and when it comes out, remember, it's tax-free. The second way to be poor on paper is design a distribution plan. Don't just go willy-nilly, let's take money out of here or here. Our clients at Reap Financial, they consult with us on every financial decision. Not because they need to feel like they gotta go ask mom or dad for money. That's not what I'm talking about. It's because they want to ensure that when they take money out of their portfolio, it's being done in the most tax-efficient way. You have different type of accounts more than likely in your portfolio that are taxed in very different ways. Designing your wealth and your income in a way that you can reduce your taxes year over year means you're keeping more of your money in your pocket, which means the money lasts longer. So designing a well-coordinated distribution plan can allow you to be poor on paper. Number three, where is your money sitting today? Is it sitting in brokerage accounts? Is it sitting in bank accounts? I like CDs today, believe it or not, because you can get 5.5% on a bank CD. Who would have thought? But remember, you are paying tax on that money every single year. Come tax time, 1099s. When you get your brokerage account statements, you have little things called ordinary and qualified dividends. Even if you're not selling stocks, a lot of your positions may generate income. Ordinary dividends, those are counted as income. Qualified dividends, those are the favorable ones. Those count as capital gains tax. But keep in mind that you may be paying tax on money you're not even using. And we have families that have done a great job, have substantial wealth. And when we take a look at that tax return initially, we're going, wait, you have 40, 50, 60,000 a year coming in. Why are we paying tax on that? And they're like, I had no idea. So getting an x-ray of your tax return, are there ways that we can reposition your portfolio, your wealth, to reduce your annual taxes paid on money you're not using? Key strategy there. Another great strategy is using the most underutilized retirement account on the planet. It's called a health savings account. If you have a high deductible plan, consider contributing to a health savings account. Not only because you're going to get a tax deduction today, but the money can grow tax deferred and can be pulled out tax-free down the road when you need it most. Check out one of my other videos on our YouTube channel where I talk in depth about why the HSA can be the most powerful retirement account on the planet, but you have to use it correctly. There's a strategy to withdraw the money out and get the maximum amount tax-free, but consider an HSA as part of the overall. When it comes to your Social Security claiming strategy, it doesn't matter what your net worth is. If you're like me, it's about getting every dollar out of the system that's rightfully yours. You've been paying in for 30, 40 years during your career. Doesn't matter your net worth. Typically, you want to wring every nickel out of Social Security. But remember, 85% of your Social Security benefit will likely be taxed. So if you don't need Social Security in your 60s because you're still working, consider not taking it. It's not only deferring by 8% a year from your full retirement age up to 70, but with today's inflationary environment, we're seeing 4, 6, 8% cost of living adjustments just the last couple of years. That's 4, 6, 8% per year on top of the already 8% guaranteed. So you could be leaving a substantial amount of money on the table. However, don't forget that Social Security is taxable. So if you're going to be on a lower tax bracket in years to come and you can get a larger benefit because you deferred, that very well could make sense. Another strategy is just making sure that you've built a wall around your wealth. You'd be surprised, it's not families that have just 100,000, it's families that have millions in the bank that have outdated estate plans, wills, trust, power of attorneys, HIPAA docs. Maybe you need a living trust or an irrevocable trust and you don't have one yet. You know, as your wealth grows, it's easy to put the estate and family planning by the wayside. But one of the key ways to keep more money in the bloodline is to ensure your estate is designed in a way that come tax time each year, you're not getting killed in taxes on money you're not using. But most importantly, when you leave money to your heirs someday, if that's of value, are you in a position where you may have to pay an estate tax, which under today's laws is 40 to 50%. That's 40 to 50% on anything above the limit. So whether or not you want to leave money to your heirs or not, chances are you may want to leave it to heirs or causes you believe in versus leaving it to the government. So there are things that you need to be proactively doing today to ensure that you're poor on paper today and even when you pass. So we're up against the clock here, but I want you to get your hands on my brand new report. It's our new Tax Explorer report where I dive into these key strategies and many more to get poor on paper. Email me, go to retire@reitfinancial.com. That's retire@reitfinancial.com and my team will have it on its way to your inbox.